I guess we can do the core hunt now. I also have all the data cells for this season, so that's nice.
Purchase.
Gotta purchase it. Yeah, I got my wave cooker, so I guess I can go ahead and make an upgrade. I'll get. Actually, we'll get the skins first. Rivaltech plus Megacorp. Nice.
Oh, wait, you're right. I don't have the skins for the new shit. We
Yeah.
should have explored the
Told you
game.
so. Oh well. Alright, well I got my war crime simulator, so I also like that it's a submachine gun when it's actually a war crime. So we got neurotoxin, the boiler ray. I actually have like a ton of overclocks for it too, so that's cool. We got exothermic reactor, huh? Being heat or cold, cool. Chance to explode, well I'll get that.
Moth time is fun time.
Oh, poison and corroded targets. That's a long text string. Densification ray. I love that name. It's just so funny. I guess I'll get that. Actually, no, let's get the densification ray. Yeah, I got another skin. Alright, and then I'll do, I guess, like damage and, I guess less heat generation. Why not? Alright, we're good. And these two I'll test later. I want to see the idle animation. Actually, I'm going to buy you just so I can do overclocks. So I got 3 overclocks. Yeah. Let's do none found. I mean, I'll play with Juggler later, but yeah, for now I want to max out my scout though. I got the core hunt. You have yours? Ooh, critical weakness. Ooh, pots of gold.
Alright, what are the mods and shit on this?
I got pots of gold. Battle zone, okay. Well, grab your pots of gold when you can. Pretty cool.
Come on, you lazy bastard! Yeah! We've got a job.
Yeah, like with no, back to multiplayer though. Like another game I think does it well is Terraria, because you got with Terraria you have the worlds themselves are pretty big, but when you do multiplayer, you all kind of spawn in the same spot, right? And of course you'll be playing with your friends, mainly not on a server, and so with the way the game is designed, like things don't scale, so it's really nice to have multiple people. Actually, they do scale in I think expert and master mode, but not normal mode. So it's really good to get multiple people in the same Terraria world. And you can play through and go kill bosses faster and whatnot. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and so you can get that, and then another thing too is with classes. You know, you got like the 4 classes in Terraria. So if you guys
I did not know that. I don't know jack shit about the game. I've never tried it.
Oh, go get it. It's great. I got like too much time on it. When you go play it together, it's great. You got 4 classes. You got the warrior, which is melee damage, magic damage, like I think wizards. You got melee magic, summoning, and ranged. Those are the damage types. And so with classes, you kind of make it yourself, where you get gear with the same damage type, and then you have your own class, right? I guess kind of like a Deep Rock. You got, or not a Deep Rock. I got no clue out of the game, but I can't think of another game that has this. But yeah, like you just have gear that will buff that type of damage. Or that type of thing. So like for example, there's a magic quiver that gives you like I think 20% increased damage, but only for arrows. So that's good for rangers. But a mage can't use it because you don't have the magic buff, right? So with Terraria classes though, when you're doing multiplayer, being able to get different gear for different things is nice because like you get the Feral Claws, for example. That's an accessory that gives you 12% extra melee speed. So if like one time I found it when I was I think a mage, which is what I always play because it's best. I found it and I told my friend like, hey, I got the Feral Claws. Do you want this? Because you know he did the melee class, and he's like, yes, I will take that. And it's nice because you're able to kind of synergize, and the gear doesn't go wasted. You know, because normally when you find gear that you can't use, I personally hoard it, but you can also sell it and get some money off of it, which is nice. So I think Terraria's multiplayer works pretty well in that because you're able to kind of synergize with your friends, and if you get different things for different classes, you can all kind of spread it around and be sure everyone gets better gear, and it helps everyone kind of gear up at roughly the same rate, right? Yeah, and then also buy Terraria. It's great.
You have the weekly core hunt?
Yeah, weekly core hunt. We could do deep dive later, but those take a while, so.
I ain't got
Oh, wait, let me switch to driller so I can test this thing out.
Yeah.
Add scout. That's driller.
Yeah, and I guess it's kind of only games I own that I do multiplayer in, but like 2 out of 3 isn't bad. I've just never done multiplayer a lot because they weren't really designed around it. And actually with Satisfactory, that's another one. Yeah, like Satisfactory is going to be just 3D Factorial, and the multiplayer there is kind of the same. You gotta go build stuff and design it, but there's other people there and you have to design around that. And so that one works too. I just don't have friends to play it with. And with something like Sea of Thieves, for example, have you played Sea of Thieves?
Wait, did you say... What did you say right before that? Sorry.
Oh, I saw Satisfactory is another game that does multiplayer pretty good. Like it's like with Factorial multiplayer I explained earlier, where you got to design around your friends and you have to build the factories and whatnot. It's like that has a pretty good multiplayer system. But then something like Sea of Thieves, which have you played Sea of Thieves, or do you know about it?
I know about it, and like that it's developed by Rare and all that, but
Yeah.
I don't actually
Yeah, I mean,
know
I
much beyond
barely
that.
played it, but that game's core gameplay loop is you get a chart that tells you where some loot is, and then you go find that loot, and you can sell it, and you can use that money to buy cosmetics. And I guess that's like all the content. It's just that. I think there's like story things you can do, but I never did one of those. But that game's core gameplay loop is really boring when you're solo. Because I tried that. I tried it on Game Pass when I was alone. And I posted in the server, I was like, wow, this game is kind of bad. And that guy said like, oh, have you done multiplayer? And I'm like, no. And he's like, okay, we got to do that because that's when the game is fun. And so we tried that, and I did agree. That game was definitely designed around multiplayer because having the interactions with your friends or even just random people like makes the game like actually interesting. When the core gameplay loop is basically go to an island and run around and then dig up treasure every so often, you know. So like that's one of those games where if the community dies, the game dies because it can't really stand on its own. I think part of it is just due to you only being able to buy cosmetics. There's not really any progression. You get like a preset ship when you start a server. So there's not really any set progression in the game. It just feels kind of like a thing you do, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas with like a board game or Deep Rock, you've got a kind of a goal. But with Sea of Thieves, it's just like, yeah, go collect stuff, I guess, if you want to. I guess it's just not my type of game, but yeah.
Yeah, you need like sandbox stuff is fun, but you need some type of structure to like make you feel like experimenting.
Excuse me. And yeah, it's like with Gmod. I played Gmod a while ago, and I was like, this is kind of boring. And people were like, no, but it's great. And I was like, okay, but it's boring for me. I like to be able to do stuff and have progression, you know? I like in roguelike games, like there's I think all the roguelike games I own have some meta progression. You can keep some stuff between runs, but even the ones that don't, I think they're still pretty fun because you got like the goal of just beating the game, and it's different each time, which is fun. And of course, not every game like needs that, but it's definitely a plus when you have like a central goal and progression because it makes me feel like I'm making actual progress rather than just collecting treasure for no reason like in Sea of Thieves. I guess that's kind of like the greatest weakness of Sea of Thieves is just there's not really much to do, but at the same time there's a lot to do. It's weird. I need some health.
I'm occupied.
Ah, no, I got leeched. Great. I noticed it just as I launched my flare.
Right.
Please help.
Okay, the
Okay,
wave
thank you.
cooker does reach.
Yeah, it's got a lot of range. It's good. Yeah, I was like, I noticed the tongue like just as I launched my flare and then it grabbed me before I had a chance to react. It made me sad. Okay, I'll die full damage then. Made me sad inside.
Fake scout.
I know, right? Yeah, I haven't got hover boots or anything, so.
Run into it, run into it, run into it. Damn it!
Just jump down there, easy. Yeah, this Hazard Force is his critical weakness. So going pretty good so far. Yeah, I think that's like it for multiplayer games I own actually. But I'm sure more support it. I just never bothered. But I mean, I have played on my Minecraft server a bit, and it is nice to be able to get free stuff from the players. That's really good. But otherwise, I'm just kind of playing by myself and occasionally talking to people, which is just like playing Minecraft with Discord open, you know? Okay, well, I'll die of acid breath. Stupid Praetorians and their stupid acid breath. I ran out of grenades a while ago and sad inside. Have you tried the sludge pump? They reworked it and it's really good now.
Is it?
Yeah.
How'd they change it?
So you know, like the final upgrade that was the ingredient X that it melted through armor.
Yeah, I noticed that was unequipped when I
They
looked
got
at it.
so they put that into the gun. It's like part of the base weapon itself now, which is great because you can combine it with the corrosive damage upgrade, and it melts through everything. And they buffed, I think, some other things too, some stats, but that's the main change, is that it's like actually does damage now without having the one upgrade that made it good. And I think they like increased like the base damage and whatnot, and some of the stats. I'll have to find it, but some small stat tweaks that made it really good. And it's my main weapon now. It's solid. Mine does like 48 damage and like 96 area damage, and I can just shred everything with it. I love it. I can melt them all. It's great. I'd say go definitely try that out because it's really good. And even the wave cooker has an upgrade that synergizes with it too, which is nice.
Oh, speaking of, I only have 10 ammo left on
Oh,
it.
rip. Yeah, I need probably some too.
Rock and stone in the heart.
I got my crossbow at least.
Lights up. Follow me.
You okay?
I'm like racking my brain thinking multiplayer games. I got like nothing. Like there's like, I guess Among Us, but I haven't touched that in forever. I don't think anybody
Gross.
has. Have you played Among Us? It's great.
I've played exactly 2 rounds, and I was the first to die both times.
That's great. Yeah, it definitely went downhill after all the kids took over.
Where do all these minerals
Which
go?
isn't really the fault of the developers, but at the same time it is, because the game is $5, which means, and it's free on mobile, which means all the 12-year-olds buy it, and that kind of ruins the game. Like, it's definitely one of those games that it works way better if you have like actual adults playing, or even teenagers, not like 12-year-olds who don't know how things work. But they have updated the game with a lot of
It's
stuff.
a social skills game.
Exactly, a social deduction
So
game,
when you throw a bunch of 5-year-olds in it, it kind of
for real.
stops functioning.
Even my sister played it a couple times on mobile, and she's like, I think 9 or 8, and I was like, oof. But yeah, like they added some stuff. They had like the cosmetic cubes, which is like a little cosmetic tree you can unlock for each map, and there's like the account system, so you can like actually moderate things now, and the new maps and whatnot, and even the new roles, which apparently are divisive because people are like, these new roles are terrible, but I haven't really played it. But I was gonna get some people to play on the server, but I don't think anybody even owns it anymore, so I'm not sure. Who's pinging?
I think I have it, but I do not give 2 fucks.
Yeah, I know. It's just, it was definitely kind of one of those like lightning in a bottle games. That kind of came and went.
It didn't. It's not even that it came out at the right time. It just randomly became popular.
Yeah, it came out in like 2018 and it just became popular in 2020 because everyone was locked inside and we're like, I got $5, might as well buy this game. And like the developers are definitely not prepared for that. They were even like making a sequel to the game and then they scrapped that to update the base game. And of course, it was like a small dev team of like I think 4 or 5 people, if that. So it took them a while to implement some stuff, which definitely kind of damaged the game in the long run. But at the same time, it is like a Flash game company, so what do you expect? Like they made the Henry Stickmin games, and that collection.
I did not realize it was the same people.
Yeah, it was Intersoft published it, and I think also developed it. But they made the Henry Stickmin collection on Steam too, which crashes a lot. But they also made the Flash games for it, and a couple other things as well. But that's like their kind of main game is the Henry Stickmin series. I even referenced that. Actually, in Among Us, there's like the Stickmin pets that you can get, which are Henry and Ellie from the games, which I think is cool.
I didn't really dig those games.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those Flash game series because
It's literally just a choose your own adventure
yeah,
text. But
yeah, like I mean, it's very funny. It's like one of those games that kind of works because it's kind of funny and absurd. Like you got different ways to break into buildings, and all the fails are great. And there's even like voice acting one of them, which is actually kind of good. And actually, I think most have voice acting, and like the character writing and whatnot is funny. But it's definitely one of those games that you kind of just played in the computer lab as a kid, and you're like, hey, they have it on Steam now. I'll go ahead and buy that.
yeah, that's why I got was it Super Adventure Pals or whatever it
Yo,
is?
Adventure Pals.
Yeah.
I still need to get that.
It's literally just the Flash game.
Yeah,
but
I think they should
longer.
flesh it out. Yeah, but
It's
the
okay.
nostalgia, bro. Yeah.
I got the nostalgia, and I was like, I paid
Refund time.
$15 for this. So.
Refund time.
Come here.
I hope he refunded it if he could. Yeah, like that Flash game that was like always one of my favorite Flash games because it felt like a real game on Flash, which is cool. It's like a ton of games like that, which are cool. It's like one of those things was like it'd be cool if they became like real games, but at the same time, not all of them work like that, you know?
And then people said the same for like Newgrounds stuff, and then Castle Crashers.
Yeah.
Like honestly, there is yet to be a game that does what Castle Crasher does.
Yeah, it wasn't actually a Flash game.
The game itself,
That's
Castle
here.
Crashers, no, but like the developers had a lot of
Oh,
experience with like very similar like beat 'em up style games as
Yeah.
Flash games.
Cool.
Like
Yeah, I think a lot of-
Alien Hominid, that was their main one.
Yeah, I think a lot of game devs became game devs kind of because of Flash, because you could kind of just install it from wherever and kind of learn game development pretty easily. And of course, there's like a billion websites to just dump a game on the internet. I even made one once. Kind of cringe, but still up there. So yeah, you could just take those, and I guess like most of the skills probably not super transferable, but like at least like kind of art and animation stuff, you could probably use that in a regular game dev setting.
The fuck you do?
And even like Flash animations, like, you know, Alan Becker.
I heard a
Um,
bulk detonator. Where's it at?
Oof. I think Alan Becker started by making Newgrounds animations, and he's got like a YouTube channel with some proper things.
And
Now.
then he got like
I got killed.
Oni NG. He literally he's an animator and he has a Let's Play channel.
Yeah.
That's all. He's not even like industry animator. He's literally just
Some guy on the internet.
internet projects.
Yeah. That's kind of where animation is now, because you got like 2D animation kind of died in the mainstream. It's all 3D now.
I think with anime it's starting to come back, but like that's a
Yeah.
different industry entirely.
And that's also kind of more niche.
They
than-
operate on very different rules.
and it's also a bit more niche than the kind of mainstream.
I
the
think
West.
we're kind of fucked here.
Well, I'm dead, so yeah, maybe. If you can get me before the bulk kills me, it'd be nice. Do you have field medic? If not, you should.
I have field medic Iron Will.
Oh, thanks. Oh, good. That's why I have two. Best combo. If you can grab me whenever you're done with that oppressor, I guess. Be good, but yeah, like
Oh
the
no!
right animation though, like with 2D animation, it kind of died in the mainstream. I think I even made a post about it on I think Casual Conversation or something. I kind of posted like I kind of miss mainstream 2D animation because like people suggested like, oh, you got the YouTubers and whatnot. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's not the same because they don't have like the budget and team to make some huge project, you know? Because like
Yeah.
with like 2D movies and stuff, you got these massive teams of people, and it's just a pure numbers game. Like with games, like AAA games versus indie games. Indie games generally have a lot more passion put into it, but in terms of like objective quality of like optimization, I guess like art and whatnot, they're always, or at least content in general, like they're always a bit smaller because, you know, they have a smaller teams. They can't make a huge AAA experience. Like you can't make Red Dead 2 with the team from Deep Rock, for example. It's going to take them way too long. And it's good, of course. They're not bad or anything. I mean, I haven't even played Red Dead, but you got just different things, and it's like that with animation. You got like the big industry titans like Disney and whatnot. They go, or I guess Disney and everything that Disney owns. They have like these huge teams of people that can make like whole movies and whatnot. And that's kind of the main thing I was talking about in my post, is that the mainstream 2D animation of like these huge projects is just kind of dead now because everybody's gone 3D. And although I do like 2D animation on YouTube, I'm subscribed to a ton of those channels. It's not quite the same because they're mostly like short channels, like little short things.
There's always anime. Anime's still
I know, yeah.
largely 2D because most 3D anime are shit.
I know they can't do that.
And
I
get
don't know why.
received like shit because
Yeah.
they are shit.
Yeah,
But then you got like, I guess, Beastars,
that was good.
which Dorohedoro, which I love Dorohedoro. Beastars I didn't really care for. Like I was like, yes, this is a decent story, but
I think the main thing is just that they made
it would
2D
have
animation not look terrible.
existed and done just fine if it wasn't all furry.
Yeah, I think the main thing is that they just made 3D anime that didn't look terrible. That was kind of the selling point, but I think it was pretty good otherwise. It's been forever since I've watched like anything in general, but especially anime.
Like I've been like recently, I've been watching 90s anime.
Oh, nice.
Like, I just finished Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm currently like getting into. I'm like halfway through Outlaw Star.
Yeah,
Better than flying.
I've never heard of any of those. So
You haven't. Yu Yu Hakusho is like
Team Rock seriously.
like a classic shonen. It was like one of the first shonens
yeah, I mean,
that
oh,
got really big.
yay. Yeah, see, actually speaking of shonens, I
It
actually
gets compared to Hunter x Hunter a lot.
yeah, I haven't seen it either. Like, I actually started hate watching One Piece a while ago, and I haven't touched it in forever. It's just too bad. I just can't. I don't know how people like this.
What is?
One Piece.
I actually dig it. Like, it takes a
You're
long
saying-
time for it to actually get into like.
Not terrible.
Huh? No. What do you mean?
I mean, I've been watching it. I'm on like episode I think 40 or 50 now, and it's bad. Like everything's bad.
I don't think it's bad at that point. It does. I guess I'm just used to shonen. I know like some of the things like yep, and then they're gonna spend extra time to do like this character's
Yeah,
backstory, and then it'll come back to the action, and then they gotta draw it
No,
out for, like 2-3
Naomi's mother
episodes.
dying is like the stupidest thing ever. I laughed so hard. It was just so dumb.
For what?
Naomi's like adoptive mother dying. Like she basically killed herself. It was so hilarious. Like
I know what you're talking
I'm
about.
trying to remember-
but
yeah, I'm
trying
trying to remember myself.
what actually happened.
so like it was the fish pirate guy, Arlong. Like
Yeah.
he was going to her house to collect all the taxes, and then she like made like a little speech like, well, I'm not going to pay the taxes for the fishermen and whatnot, and then she like attacked him. But of course the fishermen are like 8-foot tall literal muscle, so she instantly gets killed. And the townspeople even told her, like, don't do this, just pay the taxes so you don't get killed. Think of Naomi and whatever her sister was. They need their mother. And then she's like, well, no, I'm gonna die for no reason. It's just so stupid. It's so funny. It's peak comedy because, like, she really got herself killed and didn't really care about the adoptive kids that she had. And it feels kind of, like, against what a good parent should do, of, like, caring. And it's really stupid. I'll just see if I can find the scene and send it to you, because I don't remember most of it. I just remember that it was hilarious and dumb.
I'm
but
yeah.
I
I'm
laughed
like
so
remembering.
hard.
I was like, I don't remember her being blatantly that stupid or that one dimensional.
It was more her character being stupid, because she was like, of course she was dead already. So it was a flashback. And of course with flashbacks, I'm more detached because I know what happens already. So like, I know this guy's going to die. Why should I care, But
But wasn't that she didn't have enough for all three, so she just said, "Take me."
yeah, no, that's right. I think like they were going to hide. They were going to have the kids hide. So it looks like only one person lived there.
Oh
And,
yeah,
like
'cause
she had like the
couldn't
dinner
afford
set up. Yeah, she had a dinner set for 3 people. And I think the mayor guy has a little windmill hat. He's like, oh, me and some other guy came over to visit for dinner. That's why there's 3 tables there. Because Arlong asked about it, and he's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because Arlong still is kind of smart. You got that big brain. And then the kids came out. And I was like, the mother said that she actually had 2 daughters, and that's why the dinner was set. And I'm like, why? You just killed yourself for no reason. It's so stupid. Because she just ruined this whole plan that was working perfectly up until this point. Like, Arlong wasn't suspicious. He was going with it. At this point, he was just kind of waiting to get his money and then leaving. And then she just ruined it for herself. And Naomi and her sister. I don't remember her sister's name, but like, it was just so
Neither
dumb
do
in so
I.
many ways. I just like paused it and sat there for like a good minute.
I mean,
like,
it could be.
wondering
It could have
why.
been dumber. It could have been Code Geass.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but I'll take your word for it.
Oh my god! All right, if you like, if that moment was entertaining for you with Nami, oh my god, you'll love Code Geass.
I'll check it out again.
It's a whole lot of that, but it takes itself so seriously.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I
It's
just-
like a interpolitical mecha show, and like the main character's like a prodigy at like chess and stuff, and then he just
Right.
like comes across rebels trying to do their thing, and then it's like, oh, actually, I was actually one of them all along, and he fucking instantly knows how to command an army better than anyone, and it's like
he has
suddenly
Isekai
he's
syndrome.
he's all of a sudden like instantly Light Yagami from
great.
Death Note.
That's great. I'm gonna have to go give that
It's-
a watch then.
Yeah, it's imagine it's like Death Note, but it's also
Ow.
like one of the more serious like interpolitical Gundams at the same time.
Yeah, see, I couldn't get into Death Note. I was like, this just kind of feels like it's dragging.
I couldn't finish it. Like once, actually, that's spoiler, I guess.
I'll watch the movie instead.
Once the main conflict ended, like the rivalry,
Between like Light and that other guy.
it's
yeah.
like, wait, there's still 20 episodes left.
Bro, what?
And then it's like does like a 5-year time skip. I'm like,
Oh, they pull
you
sword
can't
art.
just like.
You never go full sword art, like ever. It's like a law.
Like for me with that, at least for Death Note, it's like the rivalry is what sold it. So you can't just say, "Oh, where are they now?" It's like, yeah, still being the edgy bastard, and like,
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, he's just wants to get on with his life. No, he had an ultimate goal, and he like kind of
He did it. Yeah.
still doing it now.
Yeah, like it's only like with Sword Art. If you've seen like the first Sword Art series, they got like season 1 and 2 in one like show. So you finish the first part with the the first part with the big castle and that Sword Art Online game. They finish that, and then it ends. You're like, okay, the series is over now. But then you look and there's like 20 more episodes left. And you're like, what's happening? What are they gonna do? And then I watched it and realized that they had like basically a season 2. Here, let me go jump on your head because I'm stuck. They got like a season 2 going over Gun Gale Online, I think it was.
Oh shit, I slipped off.
Bruh. Thanks for that. Going over like Gun Gale Online, and that was fine. Like, of course, Sword Art in general was bad, but that was fine. I was confused for a second, but like with Death
It was
Note,
good
like
for
it was
Sword
pretty
Art.
good.
That doesn't say a lot.
I know, yeah. Sword Art is bad. Whenever I see somebody review it with like a 7 stars, or really anything but like 5, I'm like, why are you dumb? Like, what low standards do you have?
It was the first isekai to get like big, even though I guess you
Yeah.
could say Digimon was technically an isekai. And then there's
Grab a second one.
Inuyasha.
Get back here. Grab your second ammo. But yeah, like I guess it's probably it just was the first to get big, but like I mean even the game itself inside the anime world has a ton of problems. Which of course doesn't matter as much to the core story, but like the main thing being that it sold like really badly, so there's no way it would survive. And like the only reason it was even kept in line is because the dude threatened to kill like what 5k people or whatever it was, because it would have been shut down instantly otherwise, or like put on live support. Yeah, like it just I actually saw like a video going over like how the game itself inside the world is really poorly designed, which I thought was great.
Yeah, that was by Mother's Basement.
Yeah, that guy.
He's a really good anituber. He's like the only one I
Holy
follow.
trash. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I'll have to go rewatch that video because it's been a while, but it was good. And then like the other characters and seasons are just dumb. Like the sister in the third season, or the second one where they go to Alpine. I was like, I think season 2 is Alpine and the third one's Gun Gale. But it's just
I know
it's just
exactly.
no. Why are you writing this? This is bad. Just quit.
That's also similar reasons to why I couldn't finish Monogatari, because I just like danced around that sort of dynamic way too
Yeah.
often without actually. But it's like, what if you just didn't do that to like, and just like,
What if you just wrote something better?
yeah, like Monogatari has literally like 10 out of 10 arcs, and then like 0 out of 10 Japan why this shouldn't exist arcs
I know.
in the same show.
We missed the secondary.
And like, I'll tell you, the 10 out of 10 arcs are the ones that don't have the protagonist in it. The protagonist is a genuine piece of shit, and I hate him.
Oh, I hate when people do that. It's the worst.
It's like, he's great with like these
Ow.
cases, and like he's suddenly very emotionally aware
stunted?
and shit,
Oh, no,
and
no,
like
yeah.
understands people. But when it comes to just interacting with like the women in his life on just a normal mundane basis, he's a total piece of shit.
Incel moment.
They're usually younger than him.
Oh, that makes it worse. Yeah, like
2 of them are his sisters.
with protagonists like being terribly written, or not like
You ever heard of the toothbrush scene? Yeah, that shit's
Yeah.
from Monogatari.
yeah. It's like with
It's
protagonists being like yeah, with protagonists being written like that, like it can work if you do it like in like a one scene, like you know in Shield Hero when he goes like the slave trader place, he's very like a rude and kind of detached, but you understand why he did that. Whereas if you just do that by default,
Shield Hero
it's
is
stupid,
like
so.
the one show that like even like remotely flies into that territory and comes out in one piece.
Yeah, because like it happens in like episode I think 6 or 7. So like at this point you like know everything about the main guy, whatever his name was. You get like kind of like his basic motivations and why he's doing
And
this.
then I jumped into.
I mean, you
season
still
2.
don't like what he's doing, but you do understand why he's doing it. Plus, he's at a slave market. Like, what are you gonna do? Be
Yeah, and
sympathetic?
then they like revisit it. Literally, the first
Yeah.
episode of season 2. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing. They're like, oh, wait, I got a great idea. Master can make you a slave, and then everything will be okay. Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
He's like, hold up. I gotta rewatch that, but like, it's like one of the East
Now
guys that's
it's-
like actually good.
Oh
It's weird.
yeah, that's in this show. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
It's-
but at least he made an East guy that was good for once, so that's nice.
Fucking stone in the heart.
I never thought it would happen.
Come on, guys.
I give engineer again or something. I mean,
Point
driller would be
extraction.
good because we're doing point extraction, so. I guess I could go driller since I do need to get. I need to try out the waste cooker.
My scout is level 24.
Alright, so what do you think of the cooker?
It's okay. I mean, I don't have any overclocks for it yet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use one yet, but I do have something to seem good. Actually, I'll go ahead and. I'm gonna switch to driller, and I just forgot how to do that for a second. That was weird. I'll just do this. Like it's good. But yeah.
I had a friend that was like that I play Smash with from Florida, and like he isn't like very into anime at all. Like
Yeah.
he's like, oh, so a lot of that shit's cringe, and I don't think any of it's for me, and I don't understand why